Okay, Bridge, time to wake up, honey.
Are we almost there?
It's about 5 minutes if I can find where we're going.
How long was I sleeping?
About an hour, but you need it. It was an early morning and you're up late with homework, so.
I'm Brigitte Berman. I'm 17. When I was 14, I wrote the book Dorie Witt's Guide to Surviving Bullies. And I mean, a lot of people have called me like a mini celebrity, and I kind of laugh because I'm not like a mini celebrity at all.
And an eye-opening book about a growing trend among kids.
Brigitte Berman, a victim and witness to bullying, who wrote a manual for kids.
A 16-year-old survival guide.
Well, she wrote a book called Dorie Witt's Guide to Surviving Bullies.
Shocking new insight into the last days of Phoebe Prince's tragic life.
A beautiful teenage girl bullied to suicide. What would you tell these kids when they're being bullied?
Is it easier for them to be a cyberbully?
Why was this so important to you? You decided to write this book. Why?
For a kid who's dealing with a bully, what would be your top 3 tips?
We often talk about teenagers who are in trouble. You just give us energy and hope and let us know that good things are out there and you're doing some good stuff. I can't wait to read your next book. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. After I finished my book, I've been doing a lot of speaking. I go into a lot of the schools that use my book in their curriculum. And it's always really exciting to see that they'll have bullying posters up, because that's what I want to see. I want to see it in the students' hands so that people can actually use it and learn from it.
Then they keep singing it because it's like a little jingle
It's so
where
catchy.
it just sticks in your head.
And they were rapping on the morning announcements.
Yeah,
I love the wall. That was awesome. That was really cool. Today I'm going to speak at Bridgewater Middle School to the 7th and 8th graders, and I'm super excited because they bought 300 of my books to incorporate into their curriculum. Do you want me to make it out to anyone in particular? So most of the kids have read my book already or are reading it. I'm really excited to speak here because I was talking to their counselors and they do bullying raps and like bullying videos. So they seem to be a very proactive school.
Tell me where you want to be.
I'll probably just like walk around too, so.
Okay.
The first time I spoke in a school, I was like super freaked out. And I was like, I never want to do this again. But then afterwards I was like, oh, okay, that's good. So yeah, just waiting for them to come in now. I'm off.
Count to 3 if you can get quiet. 1, 2, good old Bridgewater Middle School way. 3. As part of our anti-bullying program and health curriculum, you have been reading a book called Dorie Witt, A Guide to Surviving Bullies by author Brigitte Berman. Well, this morning, we have the honor of having Brigitte here to speak with you. Please give her a warm welcome.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here today with you guys. Just a little background on me and how I got started. When I was in 8th grade, I started really noticing that bullying was an issue, not only in my present community, but also all over. It was hard to miss the stories I saw on the news, and even feeling... When I was 14 in 8th grade, people really made fun of me because I'm a lot taller than my peers. I'm like 5'11", and I really like science. I'm kind of like a science geek. My friends kind of turned against me and started making fun of me, and it was a really hard time for me, so I decided I wanted to do something positive out of that. So I actually made a questionnaire and survey about bullying, and after administering it online and in focus groups across the nation, I realized that a lot of people were dealing with bullying. To me, this was a really big issue, and everybody was just like, oh, just ignore it, it's not a big deal. But it is a big deal, it's totally a big deal. I'll never forget it. I walked into the lunchroom one day, and I looked around, and where my normal table was, and they all just looked down. And I went and tried to sit down there, but they wouldn't let me sit down. And that hurt. That hurt so much. And from that day, for the rest of the year, I ate lunch in the bathroom. Every single day. The point I'm trying to make is I felt alone. I felt like no one cared about me. And if just one person had said, Brigitte, come sit with me. What you doing after school? How's your day going? That would have completely changed the way I looked at things. And I don't think we always realize how our words and our actions affect other people, right? My biggest problem was I felt like there weren't resources for kids that kids could relate to, because I didn't really want to read a book written by like a 40-year-old psychologist telling me how I'm just being overdramatic and being a moody teenager. I know, we have to raise our hands early in the morning, but so that's why I decided I needed to really create a resource for kids that was fun to read too. Like every hand, right? I decide, well, Amy's really annoying me right now. So I copy and paste it, and Kelly and Amy aren't. Now I go around in schools and speaking at conferences, trying to raise awareness of how important it is that we pay attention to bullying, and also reaching out to kids my age and younger, because I think we all want someone who we can relate to and someone we know who's there for us. And I guess that's what's really important to me, let people know that I'm there for them and that I really care about them and that no one's ever alone when they're facing bullying. Stand up for each other and stand up for yourselves, because really stopping bullying is in our hands. Thank you so much for having me here today. Hey, Mom. I live in the suburbs of Boston. This is my sister, Margot. I have a sister, a younger sister, and she's a freshman in high school. And my mom and dad live with us. And I have 2 dogs, Fred and Ginger.
She was a little kid that every time she'd come down, I never knew what kind of outfit she'd be wearing that day. But I think, Bridget, you've always been a fun child to raise because you've always kept me guessing. And I'm always impressed with how much you can squeeze into one day. I get exhausted looking at you. And I think one thing people would not know about Bridget is how athletic she can be.
Are you joking? I am like, okay, not to say that, okay, I'm the biggest klutz. Soccer, oh my gosh, I ran away from the ball. The coach would be like, Bridget, get in there! Like, no, I'm not gonna hit my head with that thing. This is my book, Dorie Witt, A Guide to Surviving Bullies. Just open it up. Nice pictures of Dorie. I like Dorie, in different colors. And then it opens up. Dear diary and readers, the following is the top secret confidential diary of Dorie Witt, i.e. me. If you, the reader, are not Dorie Witt or have not been granted permission to read the diary from me, then you are a snooper. If you are a snooper, I would like you to return the diary to my bedroom after you have completed reading it, because I will need my diary soon. Also, I would ask you snoopers to stop snooping, but this request would probably make you want to read my diary even more. I love to write. I've been writing since I was really little, but I never thought I was going to write a book at all. And then I started writing it. Originally, I just started writing diary entries of what I felt like my character would go through. And then finally, I was like, oh my goodness, I have like almost 200 pages here. Wow, I've kind of written a book. So it's kind of exciting. It definitely was therapeutic for me, because I remember my first few chapters I wrote, I really had to like discard them because they were really angry. Because I was angry. I was so angry at what happened to me and angry that other people were going through it. And I realized that's not how I want to write. I didn't want it to be depressing. I want it to be uplifting. When you get to the end, you feel like, I can stop bullying. I can get through this. I definitely call Dorie my alter ego. It's a teenage girl who really could be anybody. I like how she always tries to look at life with a positive attitude. And even when things were really down, I mean, she did have some moments where she just couldn't see that things were going to look up. How could they get better? But she got past that, and somehow she still looks at life like, there's another day, I have another chance. And I wish I always had that attitude. I try to look at things like they're always going to be positive, but you know, sometimes it's a really bad day, you're feeling down, and especially when I was going through bullying, it just seemed like the end of the world, and I wish I would have had maybe more of the humorous approach that now Dorie has to look at life like that.
wrote the book Dorie Witt's Guide to Surviving Bullies at the age of 14. For the last 2 years, Brigitte has been touring schools and communities speaking about all aspects of bullying. Welcome, Brigitte.
Thank you so much for having me here today, and congratulations to the Youth Advisory Board who's put together this great conference. So I'd like to start off with just giving you a little bit of background about me and how I started my project and writing my book. When I was in 8th grade, I had a lot of bullying issues because I'm a lot taller than my peers, I have passion for science.
Having this book out has been, it's really exciting. I just love hearing from people and talking to people about bullying and what we can do to stop it.
And I decided I wanted to do something to help other students like all of us. And so I sent out a questionnaire and survey.
Everybody tells me I'm kind of overcommitted, but I want to do it all.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
I definitely want to go into an aerospace engineering program, but I want to write another book hopefully, and I do want to keep up with social activism. I realized this is really what I want to do. I want to help kids. I want to help people. And when I'm there and you know, you just have that, you can see you get through to them. And I always say my goal is whether I'm speaking in a group of 10 kids or like 700 kids, if I can just reach one person, if I can make an impact in their life, if I can save their life, then I'm doing my job.